a tattoo. I'll always have you. My inhibitions fade away.
So I've been working most of the day. I got some writing done, but I have this thought, and this is what would I call this? This is more like some writer thoughts, some concerns. Like I don't know. This is kind of stream of consciousness. So it is the long weekend. I am going to, of course, get some writing done, get some marketing stuff done, get some projects done, some videos that'll come out later, podcasts, like I'm doing all of that. There's really only one thing that I have that's like definitive that has to be done this weekend. And even that is like, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, I'm gonna say 5 hours. It's not gonna take that long, but that's later on. And so the one thing that I think I want to dive into is like mapping out my releases. So for me, it's always been, there's these certain books that I want to get done. There's a lot of manuscripts I have. I'm fixing these and fixing that, interconnected, standalone, some are 2-3 book series, whatever. But for all of the work that I have and for the progress I've been making with this current book, I feel like we're into the fall. You've got this work done. You want to do more. A career is made with your backlist. So why not like hunker down and figure out what does a publishing schedule look like and what does a writing schedule look like? And so I know myself a little bit better over the last couple of years as a writer than I did initially. And so some of the quirks that I have about myself and my writing schedule and frequency and the type of stories I like and like being a mood reader / mood writer, things like that, I have a better handle. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm 100% know everything about myself at this point, but there is much more. I'm much more informed than I was before. And so I'm thinking I want to sit down and not do next year I want to publish this, or no, not that. Like I want to actually sit down and see what is feasible, because a lot of the fears I think I had before as it pertains to, of course, getting your work out and like feeling exposed and vulnerable. I'm someone who doesn't mind critique. I know everyone's not gonna like myself. Some people gonna hate it and they're gonna talk about it. Like that's fine. But I think it's that intellectually knowing that is very different from like having these feelings that of kind of sort of anxiety wrapped up in you that kind of not cripples, that's not the right word, that stunts your growth. And it's all a mind thing. It's all a mind game. Because I can write. Like I can write. I write stuff. I've been writing my whole life. So that being said, that's my plan. Now, I don't know that I'm going to get well through 2027 or anything like that. But because I am so much closer to getting this book out, and I feel like I can develop the habit of publishing in the way that I've developed the habit for podcasting. I've been doing that for damn near 10 years now, and to the point where it's second nature to me. Like I can quite literally cut on the mic, say my piece, edit, do the artwork, do the timestamps, get it out, schedule, like all of that. It's like I'm a well-oiled machine in that regard. And so I'm hoping to get to that same place with publishing. Because to be honest, if we're going to be 100% with this, I see authors who are putting out books, and I'm not even speaking to the quality. I don't care if they're terrible or if they're phenomenal, but I just see the frequency at which they're putting those books out. And I don't think, I want to be clear, that you need to judge yourself based on someone else. And that's not it, but it's also a big difference from like, oh, don't judge yourself because everybody does things in their own time, versus like the industry that you're in, these are the things that can happen and these are the things that are happening. So I think that's a very stark difference, and I'm on the latter. I'm not focused on like, oh, is my books as good as such a... No, I don't care about that. And hell, it's a mixed bag. Some people will probably say, oh, it's better than that. And some people say, your shit is trash. So either way, like, I'm not really concerned with the comparison of like quality. I'm concerned with the comparison of quantity, but not for the sake of just pumping shit out. It's just I'm seeing a trend. It's like you being me, may be the type of writer who only gets 1 book a year out, and that's perfectly fine. Or you might be a motherfucker that gets 7 books a year out, and that's fine as well. But what I'm saying is, having that in mind, I want to be able to find that average, that medium for myself. And so looking at life and being an adult and having responsibilities and XYZ and ABC and all that good stuff, and then also adding on, I want to get this work done. How do you get this done? And what environment allows you to, or what environment fosters the most production, or for you to produce at the highest rate, and not for the sake of just pumping shit out. I mean, like a book that you're proud of. So that's kind of my stream of consciousness where I am now. So I think I'm going to spend some time just looking at the different manuscripts I have, the different ideas that I have, the books that are scheduled or set where I'm like, this needs to come out and I want to get this out first, and just kind of play around with all of that, give myself a couple hours to just really sit with it, put on some music, because you know that 𝙍𝙗𝙖𝙣, that alligator bites don't heal. Quick aside, I have been a 𝙍𝙗𝙖 fan for quite some time, and this album is hitting. And there's a few songs I've already separated a few of them to different playlists, but trust and believe, my paranormal period piece lineage story definitely has a lot of 𝙍𝙗𝙖 in it. But all that being said, that is what I'm going to do, is get in here and then work on these doggone projects and see, you know, how far I can get, and you know what I might come up with, because one of the things that I think I'm dealing with is I have this particular schedule. And when I say schedule, not time, like, oh, this needs to be out by 2028. No, what I mean, like a schedule of like, these are books that I have been writing, and books that are in various stages of completion as far as manuscripts, and I want them to come out in a certain order, and they're all going to connect in a certain way. But the one thing that I think I have to consider with that original plan is that I've grown. My writing has grown. I've grown as a person. Things have changed. My life, I'm in a different space now than I was 2, 5, 7, 10 years ago. And so will I be heartbroken if the books don't come out in the order that I want, or in the time that in the order that I previously wanted, in the time that I previously wanted? Or am I going to be okay? Am I going to live by getting other stuff out, or if I change the timeline a bit? And that's where I am now, and I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to dive into seeing what's good with this publishing timeline, schedule, and all that good stuff.
Please be kind to me, baby. Like a weapon, you slay me forever. Connected like a tattoo. Just like a tattoo. I'll always have you. Ooh, love's a tattoo.
So I've actually done the work. Well, I've done some work. So I've taken the projects that I have coming, that I know are coming, and then the projects that are like in various stages of completion, different manuscripts. And then I took the stuff that hasn't been written, but I know there's a certain order, or I want them to come in a certain place, or, you know, I put all that down, and I feel like I'm still missing some more. There are 4, 9, 13, 15, 19, 20, 23, and 2 possibles. So let's just say 25. Bro, that's not no next year thing. Who you think you are, Marvel? No, this is not the MCU. This is not full time. Although I would like to get a timeline spread out, like when they reveal the different movies that are coming up in different phases. I would like to do that. Now, that does seem like a big undertaking, which technically it is, but I feel okay with some of this because there is 3 other books that are kind of, oh shoot, then there's summer, dang it, so 27, whatever. Long story short, I plan on getting to at least a few of these, but it though this is a big undertaking, it feels good to see these projects like laid out on paper. There's a few that like I may never get around to, or it might take a extremely long what that girl say, long periodically a time, but I'm okay with that. I sat with this for a bit. I have the plans. This okay. Let's get real. This ain't even including all of the projects that I have that like when something piques my interest and then it's like, oh, this sounds good. Let me write this down. I could use this later. Not to say all of that is going to get done because some of that some things may be combined. Oh fuck! I didn't even include. That's 4, so 27. That's 31. Who do I think I am? So, damn, what was I saying? Oh, so there is all of the other projects that are like, I saw something, it got the wheels turning, and it may not be a full idea, but I've jotted it down in my notebook and I have it for later. Should I need a new idea? Should I want to combine something? Should I stumble upon it and I'm like, oh, let me dive deep into it. I was like, oh, dang. And then I was like, that's be 33. But it's a lot. Yes, it is. But I really just wanted to see what I have going. And then now that I have all of these items laid out in front of me, now figuring out what's actually feasible. Like, honestly and truly, like cutting the bullshit, not these grandiose ideas, quite literally the things in front of me. Out of these, what could be next? Because what my goal would be if I'm going to set a goal for this project is I would like to always have something coming. So if I put out a book in, let's say, November, I would like to be either like actively working on, actively wrapping up, or completely done with something else that will come out, let's say, January, February. Not that I need to have every couple months a book coming, even if I publish one and don't publish another for 6, 7, 8 months or a year. I want to be able to kind of have these in the chamber because I feel like backlist is key. There's a few that I would like to do a rapid release. And then I just think it's wise to always have something ready or close to ready or in a stage where give you a month or a couple months and you can be ready. Now I'll say that now. Who knows if that'll be my same thought process once the ball is actually rolling. But all that being said, I'm feeling good about all of these different projects, and I have like this tentative timeline of what, like, will this come out when and if I'm going to be even more real, a lot of though it is the issue of me being in my mind, in my own head, the mentalness of it all, some of this and a big portion of it has to do with finances. Because again, if you're doing self-publishing, this isn't going the traditional route. There's not someone backing you. You don't have a whole team. Everything is done on your own. So to be quite frank, yes, there is that fear of like, oh, am I doing this right? What is it going to look like? What's the end result? But all of that is, I don't know, dwarfed by who got thousands of dollars just sitting around for this. So with adult responsibilities and setting money aside for a rainy day and doing the whole self-publishing route. And that's not to say that it is millions of dollars to get these books out, but I want to be very clear that the finances are a big portion of that. Otherwise, there'd been like 10 books out already, like no lie. So that's where I am. So I'm gonna continue working on this, and I don't think that'd be too exciting. So I'll wrap things up here. Might throw this anything additional into another vlog or something. I don't know, whatever. But I'm 𝘾𝙤𝙡𝙚𝙚. I am a writer. I write stories about Black people in various situations, from the contemporary love story to the paranormal period piece to the cosmic superhero journey or whatnot. Right now, I am in my contemporary love story bag, and I am working on that. Join me on my writer's journey. Follow me on these subsequent social medias, and I don't know. Just join me, and also subscribe if you have gotten this far. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And until next time, read something, write something, and then come back and tell me, Rain. All right.
Try to deny, but you beg me to taste. If I end as the loser, it'd be worth the game. Cause I can never get enough of you. I'll take the risk like I'm bulletproof. Always on my heart like a tattoo. A part of every little thing I do, like a test. Where every time is the last time I let you get up under my skin.